夢の中で見た風景あなたと二人で憧れていたカラフルな街並みにそっと踏み出して毎日まるでカーニバルみたいだね心が浮き立つちょっぴり不安な時もまっすぐ顔を上げて広がる空青くどこまでも続いてる過去の未来もきっとつながっている空も雲も風もみんなキラキラ輝いてる夢の中みたいだねあなたと二人で
Welcome everybody to Koropokkur in Love, a Little Fairy's Tale. This is the first game by Manga Gamer that they actually developed. It was kickstarted a while ago and it's finally come to fruition. You can buy it on Steam right now for $14.99. This is an all ages game, by the way. There are no adult scenes or anything like that, so you know, nothing crazy like that. I mean, look how cute they are. You don't want scenes like that with these characters. So let's start, new game. This game was provided me by Manga Gamer, technically, but I already backed the Kickstarter, so I got a free copy anyway. Chapter 1, Meeting. Text boxes are a little bland, but that's okay. That's not a huge deal. I mean, it's a text box, right? I can't complain too much. Perhaps I was born into this world. I would hope you are. To find my way to you. If so, then by meeting you, I already accomplished everything. So in the space between light and dark, there exists a world undetected by human eye or ear. Two tiny figures walked along the outskirts of that world. Okay, there is no voice acting, but that's okay. They got some pretty notable people. I think they got one of the people who worked on Kanda to do some of the artwork, I think, if I remember correctly. I could be completely wrong. Hey Haru, is this the right way? Yes, it is, Serta. The two small women were tiny enough to ride in a human's palm. Oh, is this it? The Spring of Clairvoyance? That's correct. You've never used it before, have you, Serta? Nah, like you and Rira, I never cared about things outside of Little People Village. Yeah, Little People Village. It's so cute. They called themselves Little People, as was politically correct. In human language, they were also known as the people living under butterbur leaves. Koropokkur. Is that what that means, Koropokkur? I never actually knew what that meant. Of these two, the spunky-looking Koropokkur was called Serta, and the quiet-looking Koropokkur was called Haruante. Haruante? I'm probably butchering that, but there you go. They're so cute. That's normal, though. No matter how much we yearn for it, it will always be out of reach. All Koropokkur possess mysterious powers, And once upon a time, they interacted with humans. Yet at some point, their friendship withered. And they went their own separate ways. The peculiar attire worn by these women was said to come from the era in which they interacted with humans, but the truth remains murky at best. The little people village, which they called home, had spent many quiet years secluded, isolated from the rest of humanity. They were a peaceful people living out their long lives in relative comfort, adhering to their daily routines. Yet right now, the two grimly looked down at the sight before them. The two women peered into a clear lake. At first glance, it seemed like an ordinary lake, but it defied common sense. Alright, I'll bring it up now. Picture her in your mind. Picture her? Well, that's kind of hard. Sorry my voice sounds bad. I've been sick the last couple of days. Serta crossed her arms and tilted her head. She had trouble putting her mind to good use. It isn't difficult. You're curious about the girl's well-being, right? Just use those genuine feelings. If you do, then her figure will be reflected in this lake. Wow, that's convenient. You aren't the least bit curious about these kinds of things, huh? It's not my fault. Hunting is my true passion. Hunting. Let's put the chit-chat to rest and focus on her. Yeah, do you think she'll be okay? Well, I hope that Kamuy's protection extends to her. Rira decided this herself, so it's set in stone. Yes, but I would have taken her place if I could have. I love these little chibi figures. They're so cute. The two women were worried about their mutual friend, oh my god. Asirrera? Can't someone have a normal name? I hope she isn't captured by humans, though. That girl does tend to lose sight of her surroundings when she gets tunnel vision. I'm worried sick about her. As Harante and Serta thought of their friend, the lake's surface began to change. Oh! Something's appearing in it! Looks like it worked. Let's see. A blurry silhouette appeared in the spring of clairvoyance and gradually grew clearer. The two strained their eyes, peering at the image. Wow, it's so amazing. She was in Tokyo, Japan. Right in the center of Akihabara. Oh dear god. A land of mechanical devices far removed from mysticism and the spirits. A lone Koropokkur woman walked along its streets. Aren't they really tiny? Won't she get stepped on? Curiously gazing at the sights around her. A bevy of people walked around her. Normally one would expect someone to notice her, even if she was small enough to fit in the palm of your hand. Yet none of the passerby paid her any mind. Must be a cosplayer. This was because of her special Koropokkur power. All Koropokkur possess mysterious powers. One could call them minor spells, so concealing the presence and hiding from people was a cakewalk. Even so, why was a Koropokkur randomly walking the streets of a grand metropolis instead of frolicking with the rest of her kind in the hidden village? Well, she'll never want to go back now. That will be explained in due time. But for now, let's try to follow after this Koropokkur woman. Yes, Rira, or Asirrera. We're to call her Rira. There are so many big buildings! Lots of people, too. All of the buildings were a far cry from those of the Little People's Village, and seeing them up close left a huge impression. I've seen them many times before in the lake, but they're different in person. It isn't just their impressive stature either. There's a variety of buildings, all shapes and sizes. Nearly all of the buildings in the Koropokkur village were built from the earth. Yet the buildings of the land were made of something incomprehensible, colorful, and adorned with various artwork and lettering. Oh look! It's the little mega gamer thing! Right in the background there. Their size was exceptional too, and the rows of huge buildings piercing the heavens made it seem like a land of giants to the Koropokkur. I forget what her name is. This is like Kamiko or something. It's like an original character they had designed for the company. I didn't know there were so many kinds of people. Their hair, skin, eyes, and their clothes in particular are all so different. Since Asirrera was a tourist spot for many foreigners, isn't it like the anime like homeland or something that they call it? It's like huge for like anime people and like people like that kind of stuff. Asirrera's shock was only amplified compared to the Koropokkur, who all wore nearly the same attire with the cute little headbands. The mixture of the human attire made her think there was infinite variety. Wow, that woman's pretty. I want to try wearing clothes like that. With such excitement brewing in her heart, the little Koropokkur continued exploring Asirrera. Huh? What's that? Her gaze fell on a lone woman. The woman wore a billowy outfit and was handing something out to passerby. Will she give me one of those too? I want one. Ooh, is it? Most people hand out like tissue packets or whatever. A fresh wave of excitement washed over. I played Yakuza 0, so it's like I assume that's what they do in Japan. Yet naturally, she couldn't accept it in her current form. She might be able to accept it if she released her concealment spell, but a ruckus would ensue. I can't let humans learn I'm one of the little people. Murmuring under her breath, Asirrera promptly ducked into a back alley with few people around. No one's here, right? She carefully checked her surroundings. 1, 2, now! Ah! She's not little anymore. Asirrera's figure transformed the second she focused intently. She had become a human and discarded her earlier Koropokkur form, which was about the size of a figurine. This was another one of Koropokkur's special powers, the ability to transform. Is anything off about my appearance? She checked her reflection in a nearby glass window. A lovely young woman of peerless beauty in the great Tokyo capital of flowers stared back at her. Wow, so this is what I look like as a person. I'm rather cute, I think. Yes, you are very cute. Asirrera said, admiring herself as she touched her face and hair. She never had any reason to transform into a person when she was in the village, so it was her first time appearing human. Hehehe, these clothes are so cute. Those are pretty cute. Asirrera was satisfied after recreating the outfit worn by the pretty woman she just saw. Oh, that's cool. A serious look flitted across her face. I will give it my all, she muttered to herself, slapping her cheeks with her hands in stark contrast to the innocent optimism she showed thus far. It felt like those words carried the weight of the fate she struggled against. Yay, I got so many! And just like that, Asirrera abandoned her serious demeanor and expressed great joy after receiving a ton of flyers. These are pretty. I need to cherish them. Asirrera hugged the flyers close, treasuring them. While they may be nothing more than just trifling flyers to humans, to her they were precious gifts. I wonder what's written on these. Maid Cafe Experience? What does that mean? Maid Cafe, if I recall correctly, maids are the people working at mansions, and a cafe is a place that sells drinks, right? That was also one of the Koropokkur's powers, the ability to understand human languages. But a maid cafe? Oh, does that mean it's a cafe exclusively for maids to use? Even though she could understand the words, that didn't quite mean she could imagine what they referred to. Oh well. Her interest was extremely quick to shift to something new. Wow, there's so many cute pictures on the buildings! So many people too. Oh, is this a human festival perhaps? While the Koropokkur held festivals in their villages, there was none as vivacious as this. Of course, there wasn't a festival being held in Asirrera. She was just witnessing this normal daily state of affairs. It's really busy. I bet Hara would be happy to see this. Suddenly, she dwelled on her friends left behind in the village. One of them, Horante, had always been more curious about the human world than Asirrera. The human world is so bright. Rira's eyes glittered as she eagerly took in Akiba's sights. Yet she steadily began to grow nervous. Maybe it was her imagination, but she felt like the people around her were staring at her. Could it be? Do you think I'm not human? That girl's cute. You think she's an actress? Well, that's possible. People in Tokyo are on a whole other level, man. You don't even know. They're like aliens. Rira started to grow anxious under their stares and quickly retreated to a different spot. She had no way of knowing her exceptional beauty attracted attention. The human world is scary. Alright, it's almost time to start. I checked the time on my smartphone. It's 11:10, by the way. Waiting for the moment to arrive. Soon the curtain would rise on the big event that would determine the future for my colleagues and I. The thought alone made me shake in anticipation. I've done everything I can. The rest is up to fate. As I tried to motivate myself, a woman in a maid outfit spoke to me. I see you're as motivated as ever, owner. Worthy owner. Of course I am. If I'm not determined to pull this off now, then when will I ever be? My name is Sagawa Satoru, and I'm the owner of Petite Filet, a maid cafe on the outskirts of Akibara. I've rented out this event space for today, hoping to showcase our cafe by hosting this function. Oh look, it's Go-Go Nippon. Oh man, those games were great. Maid cafe is a general term for a cafe employing waitresses dressed like housemaids, and recently they've become all of the rage in Japan, starting with Akibara. The woman I'm speaking to, Sayori-san, may be wearing a maid outfit, but she's not a real housemaid, of course. She's just one of the workers employed at my cafe. It's not going to be pretty if we screw up. Business was already iffy before. Don't jinx it, I'm working hard to fix it too. Oh, up here, that's, oh, that was that game, Space Idol game. Can't remember, there's another Go-Go Nippon picture. Is that Go-Go Nippon? Yeah, that's Go-Go Nippon. I can't tell what that is, that back there, but that's okay. Oh, can I just, how do I get rid of the thing? I can't get rid of the box. I know, that's why you staked it all on this big event, right? Exactly. It was hard to call our Petit Filet popular, even out of politeness. Honestly, our business was in a pickle. I'd rather it be in a cucumber, but, you know. That's why I decided to throw this event for a chance to turn things around. We'll show them the tea, desserts, and maid service we pride ourselves on. I would imagine, like, maid cafes, you know, they're probably, like, everywhere in Japan, right? Super competitive, I imagine. Once they've experienced it for themselves, the customers should come to us. No. I know they will. I clenched my fist, strengthening my resolve. That's true, we put a lot into this, too. Yeah, I'm incredibly grateful to you all. Thanks for staying so late to help set up. That's all the more reason we have to make this work. Incidentally, owner, I have a question, if you don't mind. What is it? What does petite filet mean? Ugh, you know, it just sounded nice. I don't know why it took you this long to ask. It's French for little girl, by the way. Well, that's what it means, but why did you use French? Because it sounds nice. French is a very beautiful, romantic language. Doesn't mean I can't speak it very well, but it's there. Oh, because that makes it sound better? Could you not answer your own question? Feeling less anxious now? I can't even speak English. You expect me to speak French too? Well, thanks to you. She certainly did help distract me a bit. I took a deep breath to calm myself. If anyone were to ask if the world needed maid cafes, I might not be able to say that they're essential. But what's wrong with having a space where one can feel at ease here in the center of the city? You know, it's all hustle and bustle. Sometimes it's nice to go in like a, a coffee shop or, a cafe or something to just relax and take your mind off the world, even if only for a little while. There are certainly more than a few people who find salvation in such places, like I once did. That's why I'll protect Petite Filet. No, I won't just protect it. I want to expand it, too. I want our customers and staff to enjoy it. That's right, no matter what Honor, you have a terrible look on your face. I do? I'm sorry. It took some effort to quell my high-strung emotions. The hours kept ticking away to the start of our event. Wow, everyone's so animated here. While aimlessly wandering the streets, Rira ventured into a populated area. The sign posted nearby read Maid Cafe Experience. Maid Cafe. Oh, from earlier! She compared it to the flyers she received. Suddenly it made sense. This was the location of the Maid Cafe Experience. Why are these people standing in such a long line? Oh, is this a queue? This is a queue. She's British, apparently. She seemed to recall hearing that in the human world it was virtuous to politely line up and wait your turn. A maid cafe? I'm curious, but oh well. Asirrera decided not to join the line and motioned to leave when... Ooh, suddenly her nose caught a whiff of a faint sweet aroma. Oh, she didn't recognize the fragrance of tea, though it was enough to captivate her. What a nice smell. Where is it coming from? Lured by the aroma, her tottering legs began to lead her off. It's time. Everyone ready? Of course you are. Yes, we've all set on handmade desserts and tea. Good. I took another deep breath. Let's make a break here. I've been preparing long and hard for this day. Our cafe may be fairly unknown since it's away from the main street, but we do have a lot of repeat customers. As long as we can use this event to show lots of people our charm, then turning our situation around should be possible. All of that rests on the results of today's event. Looks like we have another pretty long line forming. Seems handing out flyers worked. Yes, thank you everyone. I looked at each of my staff and nodded. Alright, let's go. The staff and I plunged into the event space. We did have quite a few customers lined up. My heart was racing. We might just make it. Everyone, thank you for coming out today. I took the mic in hand and began welcoming everyone when... Dune. Or nude. If you read it backwards. Boom. Yeah. For a moment I had no idea what happened. Someone suddenly struck me from behind and then... Whoa, someone hit the tent and it's collapsing. Oh no. Yuck, all the food's ruined. The splattered tea and coffee are running together and it reeks. Oh god. Oh no. It all went bad. Ow. Ugh. I was left crawling on the ground, and when I raised my head, the disaster spread before me, left me speechless. All the equipment, dishes, and utensils we had prepared for the events were scattered across the ground, ruined. No way. While I lay there dumbfounded, my gaze fell upon an odd sight. Ow. Talking doll. I was confused for a moment, but there wasn't time to dwell on that. I got a grip on myself and stood up. Is everyone safe? Are there any injured customers? We're all safe and the masters are too, but... Even though I was still shocked at the uproar filling the event space, I set off to take care of business. Today should have been the memorable new start for Petite Filet, yet this may actually be its final day. And those fears lingered in my heart. Everything I worked for, up in smoke. I can't watch. She was lured in by the scent and ended up causing a disaster. Watching afar from the spring of clairvoyance, Harante and Serta stared in horror at the unthinkable chaos Asirrera had caused. Did that guy see her true form? I wonder. She hid herself right away, and he hardly had time to look. An image of the man frantically trying to deal with the aftermath was reflected on the lake's surface. Maybe it was a bad idea letting her go off on her own. Indeed, although it was just an accident. A short while ago in our story... Oh, it's music. It's good. Phew. Harante sadly trudged through a village street. Yo, not looking too peppy, are we, Haru? Serta, you don't look so peppy yourself either. As if. I'm always raring to go. That was forced. That was a little forced. You heard, right? About Rira? Yeah, I did. A painful silence filled the air. They were both well aware, intimately so, of the disaster that would befall their friend Rira. Why's it gotta be her? Someone else could fill that role. Don't say such things. I doubt she would wish to have someone else go instead. Yeah, huh? Whew. Serta sighed. It was a heavy sigh, out of character for the usually spunky girl. What's gonna happen to her? I cannot say, but nothing much will change, not until that time approaches. We can do nothing for her, save being by her side. Dang, why does she... It was frustrating, only being able to pout. Just then... Hey, you two, Haru, Serta. Rira pranced up to them. She seemed positively vivacious. Hee hee, I've been searching high and low for you two girls. Hey, are you alright? Huh? What do you mean? Do you have to ask? We heard you were bedridden with a fever. Yeah, but it went down. I'm totally better. She grinned without a hint of fibbing. They looked at her, then Haru and Serta huddled in to whisper to one another. Hey, maybe no one's told her. About the thing yet? What's with you two? Rira frowned in suspicion. No, it's nothing at all. We were just so glad to see you've recovered. Yep. So, did you need something from me? Rira looked like she wanted to announce something. Yeah, I wanted to say goodbye. I've decided to go to the human world. Huh? The human world? Rira happily announced the news to her confused friends. Yep, I want to be human. Aww. After only a short time, she was already prepared to leave the village on her solo journey. I'm heading off. Her name was Asirrera. The girl with the name meaning a new wind. I don't know what the other names mean, but they're probably something as awesome as that. Are you gonna be okay? Yeah, I'll be fine. I studied all about the human world with Haru. Rira put her hands on her hips as if to boast. Indeed, we looked into the spring of clairvoyance and studied what we could. You mustn't be so reckless. Carefully consider your actions and try not to get swept up by a hawk. Again. Thanks, Haru, but don't worry, I can totally do this. Haru's lengthy advice went in one ear and out the other of the cocky Asirrera. Where did this kind of confidence come from? The whole Koropokkur village gathered along with Serta and Haru to send her off. The solemn and wise village elder gave her his warnings. Asirrera, as you are aware, we cut our ties with the human world. As such, traveling there is in itself forbidden. Yet you are a special case. We all pray you overcome fate. Thank you, Elder. I promise. I'll become a human. A legend was retold in their village. if one meets a certain deity in the human world, the little people can become human. Yet it is but a legend, and its truth is not assured. But Asirrera chose to set off on a journey to overcome fate. Becoming human was the sole way of escaping the cruel destiny awaiting them. Asirrera thus bid farewell to her home and departed for the human world. Yet despite the tribulations awaiting her, she showed no hint of fear. In fact, her heart was brimming with excitement. The reason being, the legend went as such. A female of the little people who became human will fall in love and be happily bonded to a human man. So if I become human, I can find a wonderful love. Holding the innocent dream close to her heart, she left the village behind. Alrighty, I think that'll be enough for Koropokkur. I hope you all really enjoyed it. That was really fun. I liked it a lot. It's a really cute game. You know, it's all ages, so you don't have to worry about any kind of censorship or anything like that. I mean, honestly, this kind of art style I don't think really works with that, but, you know, with like adult scenes and anything like that. But it seems like a pretty decent first try for Mega Gamer. I'm hoping, hoping I see more from them. So I hope you all enjoyed it too. You can buy Koropokkur, A Little Fairy's Tale right now on Steam or MegaGamer.com for $14.99 USD. So have a good day, everybody, and I'll see you next time.